Laura, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's topic is going to be to dream big or not to dream big. That is the question. So for today's purposes, I'm going to go to extremes. I'm going to do some black and white thinking. In real life, I want you to think in gray because gray is healthier, gray is normal. There are things that have to be weighed out. You have to look at pros and cons. But for clarity's sake, I'm going to go to extremes. And then you make a decision on whether or not you should make your dreams a reality or not a reality. Have you heard that saying, you can be anything you want to be? People tell kids that all the time. And I remember someone finally telling me, that's not true. I don't know if it's true or not. That point said, I kind of want to think about to dream or not to dream in sort of the same kind of weird way. So let's start with to not dream. So if there's something that you really want to go after in life, you probably want to think of mistakes as lessons and not an excuse to give up. However, we're thinking in terms of why you should not dream. So when you're going for a dream, you have to think about how big do you want your mistakes to be? Do you want them to be huge or do you want them to be small? Make sure that your mistakes are not so big that you can't clean up your own mess. Who will your dreams affect if they fail? Will it hurt your whole family? It's not fair to ruin your family's future because you think that you have the next brightest idea. So when is it time to stop dreaming? Put a halt to it. If you start a lot of things but you never finish, you come up with a ton of ideas but other people have to complete it for you. It's your idea, but you fish out your ideas to everyone else to do. You have a family to feed. If it's just you and you want to throw your money away, then go for it. But if failing at your dream will inconvenience other people, then you probably shouldn't do it. You've started several ventures and all of them have failed at some point. Ding, ding, ding. That might be a clue that creating businesses is just not your forte. It's interesting to you, but you might not be that great at it. Sorry. My recommendation would be to find some hobbies to play around with instead. Some people are great at thinking up a lot of awesome ideas, but they're terrible at implementing them. Okay, so I know that was pretty harsh for a lot of people to hear, but you have to be realistic. Haven't you heard of people who have lost their homes, their valuables, their possessions, because they were so determined to start a business that just wasn't meant to be? Sometimes creating a business can be too big of a risk and it's not worth it. Some people just jump out there without doing enough research or building a proper foundation to make a business succeed. So just think about those things. If you're one of those people that you have an idea but somebody else has to do it, well, those people have their own ideas or they're busy as well. So if you can take the reins, go for it. All right, so let's talk about the flip side of that. Let's talk about to dream. There's a group of people who only dream and never start. They won't even start with hobbies. My advice is to start somewhere, anywhere. It's procrastination on overload. What are you waiting for? So what are some ways to make your dreams come true? First of all, you want to visualize making your dreams come true. Visualization is a great way to make your dreams a reality. Get organized, build a support network around you, and get started. So some people, those other people, start too fast and some people start way too slow. Are you too cautious? Some people will throw their whole lives away and rebuild it from scratch. Are you willing to take that kind of a chance? So start somewhere. This could take years for some people, but start immediately. One safe way to do that, and what I would definitely recommend before you start a business, is do your research. I just yawn at the thought of doing research. That part seems super boring. However, it can save you a ton of wasted time and a lot of wasted money. So do it. Ask yourself if you will need a lot of money to start your dream or if you only need a little bit of money. You might want to try selling to individual people versus purchasing an entire building to start manufacturing whatever your big idea is and then finding out that it's something that nobody wants or can use. So what's your dream? Can you define it in a sentence or two? Decide and believe. Many of us will pick a dream and decide that we can't, won't, or shouldn't do that dream. Stop that. Create a list of reasons why you should. Decide you want your dream to happen and believe it. That's the first step. Take action. Figure out what you need to do to make your dream happen, and then go do it. Do a little bit every day. Doesn't mean you have to take huge, giant steps. Just do a little research. Know that it's gonna feel weird at first, especially if you're one of those people who's afraid to try, but keep at it. You'll start to feel more comfortable with it over time, and it could be something that ends up being an amazing product or business. Speaking of dreams, the next thing that I want to do is to help you to interpret your dream. I've had a lot of people to ask me to interpret their dreams, and I love doing it because I think it's so much fun. So I'm going to try to teach you how to start interpreting the dreams that you have, the kind that you have at night, those kind of dreams. So the reason why I think it's so important to learn how to interpret your dreams is because your dream world or your sleep world is your subconscious world. It's the layer of your mind that you're not aware of on a conscious level, okay? So if you can figure out what's lying underneath and bring it into your conscious world, then you can start working some of those things out, and it can free you so that you can feel better about your life and whatever situations that you're going through, if that makes sense. So the other day I had a dream that I was in the dollar store, and it seemed like I had been there before, but I went back in because they had these huge Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls. For $1, gosh, that's really cheap. So there was a lady working in the store, and she started putting the Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls back. And I told her, hey, can you give me those $2? I want to take a look at them. I think I'm gonna buy them. And then she tells me, oh, okay, so you want to take these? Okay, just like I was taking these back, I was taking back the other things that you took off of the aisle 6 that you didn't put back, and I'm taking back things that you took from aisle 2 and didn't put back, and I'm taking back things from aisle 8 that you took and you didn't put back. And so I'm looking at the girl, and in my head, in the dream, I'm thinking, did I take things and not put them back? So when you wake up, you want to ask yourself, how did you feel in the dream? In the dream, I felt frustrated, but I was trying to hide my frustration. I was trying to smile and just tell myself, let it go, don't stress about it, don't get angry. Just give her a pass. But underneath, I think I was probably irritated and frustrated, but I was trying to hide it. So if I was to piece that with my everyday life, I would say maybe there have been some things that have bothered me, or maybe there have been some people that have frustrated me, but in an effort to not get angry or to fall into a state of huge frustration, maybe I'm on a subconscious level trying to tell myself to just push through the frustration, push through the irritation, keep moving, don't let it affect you. Another dream, I was sitting at this long dinner table with a lot of people in the front and a lot of people in the back. And so we were all just sitting there kind of doing nothing, and I came up with an idea, and I told everybody, let's play a game where we decide what famous people each person looks like. I remember my team went first, so we started, but it seems like it took forever for the people on my team to figure out. It was like they would leave the table and go do research for 30 minutes, an hour on one person. The people on the other side of the table were just waiting, and then they would come back and then discuss it with us. And it just seems like for each person that we were supposed to tell what famous person they looked like, that it took like an hour for each person. And I kept thinking, so you want to piece together how this dream, what's going on in your real life that caused this dream, so that you can start working through whatever issues and problems that you're having so that you don't keep having these dreams. How did I feel in the dream? That's always your number one question. I remember feeling like, why is everybody looking so patient, so calm, when it's taking us 100 years to figure out each person's, and they're all just sitting there like they're not bothered. So I felt like we need to pick up the pace. Come on, hurry up. So I think that something in my real life, maybe there are some things that aren't going as fast as I want them to. Or maybe I'm being held back by something or someone, and so I'm not able to move ahead as quickly as I would like. So you see, by uncovering and figuring out some things, how it can translate into your real life, so that you can start doing something about the issues or frustrations that you're having. That's also useful for, like, if you, let's say you have a bad dream that really unnerves you, it probably connects to something going on in your life that's scaring you or making you anxious or making you nervous that you need to work through, because your dreams or your subconscious is acting it out in your dreams and working some things out there. But I like to bring my conscious and my unconscious together and blend them and make them work. So I hope that helps, and definitely overall keep dreaming, be practical about it. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe so that you can see more videos that I do to try to help you guys out with different issues that you might be facing in your life. Enjoy your day. Bye.